9:15 a.m. Plainclothes police arrive and are assigned to locations throughout the factory. 10:15. A Rolls-Royce JCB 3 departs for Uttoxeter station to meet the royal train. Soon afterwards, families of the employees start to arrive.
Now, you keep these tickets as a souvenir, will you, to remind you of the Prince's visit?
Thank you, Mr. Carter.
Thank you.
11 o'clock. His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, arrives at Uttoxeter station and is greeted by the Chief Constable of Staffordshire, Mr. C.H. Kelly. 11:05, aboard JCB 3, His Royal Highness sets out for the factory. Friday, November the 25th. The sun's shining, a huge crowd is arriving, and they're all here to welcome Prince Charles, Prince of Wales, who's just about to start his tour of the JCB plant here at Roaster. Have you any idea why the Prince is here today?
Not really, no.
No idea at all?
Just coming to look round, I think.
Oh, he's coming for something else as well.
Presenting him with a JCB as a token, aren't they?
My word! Well done.
Is that right?
Yes, well done. Now, have you got families who work here or what?
Yes, my son works here, and my grandson.
What do they do?
Well, my son's in research,
Yes.
and my grandson's an apprentice.
If the Prince came out through that door in a few moments' time, and you had a chance to talk to him, what would you say?
Well, I don't know. I think I should be stuck for words on you to wish him well.
Great. Now, do you work here, or have you worked here?
No, I don't work here. My son works here.
I see.
He works here.
And what's he do?
He's in the experimental department.
Yeah, and you're here to lend a bit of moral
Just
support.
a bit of a shout, yeah.
Okay. Hello, you horrible lot. You watched his, was?
Yes.
Terrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Chris Tarrant, he's awful.
It's better than you anyway.
Oh, I'm not going to talk to you. Now then, if the Prince said something to you today, what would you say to him?
It's about time too. I've been waiting here since 8:30.
I know, it's a bit cold, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, have you got a dad or a mum who works here or what?
Yes, my dad.
I see. And what does your dad do?
What does he do? Assemblyman.
Don't you know?
Works on assembly line.
Oh, I see. And what about your dad?
I don't know. He used to be a draftsman. What does he do?
In development.
Oh, I see. Yes. As long as he provides you with pocket money, you don't care what he does. Is that right?
Yeah.
Jolly good.
Good morning. Not at all. Bad old My brother Mark. Oh, it is. Very nice. Do you love those together? Yes, we do. So my father started he's retired. It is a proper family. Yes, I'm totally. Gil Johnson is the chief executive of the sales team. How was those Peter Case was London. I live in London. Yes. My function is London. Telescopic panels which you will see inside the factory.
Yeah, we keep the place going.
Sitting on the boss's knee. That's very original way of saying baby.
The Prince was having a long conversation to you. What was he talking to you about?
Well, he was questioning what we do for export. I'm in charge of the export packing, and he was questioning what we do in respect of that, what percentage, how we do dispatch it. They're dispatched in various forms, either knocked down or in complete containerised packaging.
Your colleague here, he was interested in these keys. What was this about?
Oh, I'm a test inspector. Yeah, keep everything locked up.
What did he say then?
He says, where do you live? Yes, where we live.
Ask you where you live?
Yes, and he thought that we were sisters.
And you're not.
No.
What else did he say to you?
So it's a long way to come, isn't it?
You've just met the future King of England. What do you think about that?
Don't know.
Do you think he's good looking?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, very. It's been working. No, I don't think so.
Now, who did he talk to here?
Me.
Oh, and what did he say to you, my love?
He said, have you been waiting a long time here in the cold? And I said yes. And he said, are you all one family? And I said yes.
My word.
And he said, are these your 2 grandchildren? I said yes. He says, congratulations. And he shook me hand down me hand. Oh, lovely.
Very nice, yes.
Reg, a nail-biting time for you.
Yeah.
You're hoping that all the machinery works.
Oh, it'll work.
Never let you down yet.
Never let us down yet.
How many chaps are involved in this demo?
In this actual one, 12.
And what sort of things are you going to show you?
Well, it's going to be basically what we do for everybody, but a little bit special this time.
I hope it's all going to work.
We've never failed yet. Your Royal Highness, you must have visited many factories throughout the world, and I hope you'll feel that you've seen something out of the ordinary here at JCB. This factory is one of the most modern in the world, and quite simply we're very proud of it. We're also quite proud of our export achievements, and so far this year we've exported something like 65% of our total production. In fact, export is now so important to us that quite frankly we depend on it for our existence. I know that you have noticed the way that the factory blends into the countryside. This is deliberate. We feel that factories ought to look good in the environment. We attach a great deal of importance to the care of the countryside, and I know, sir, that the whole question of the environment is of vital interest to you, particularly as chairman of the Prince's Trust and also as the president of the Welsh Environmental Foundation. On behalf of JCB, I support your contribution by adding some hydraulic muscle to what is being done already. This JCB 3C is just one of the machines in our range, but it does symbolize our undertaking to put machines at the disposal of your trusts and committees. Of course, you have just become a fully qualified JCB operator. I'm not too sure whether you're going to be digging your trenches one tomorrow or not, but your proficiency is a fact, and I have here a certificate, an operator training certificate for your proficiency, and I'd like you to, would be pleased if you'd accept it from all of us here on behalf.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I just apologize for having kept you waiting for so long. I talk too much, that's really my trouble, and it's become a terrible problem, and I shall have to do something about it. But thank you for waiting. I didn't think there was going to be anybody here by the time we got here. May I also thank you very much, Mr. Bamford, for giving me the certificate of an articulated loader's driving certificate. I suspect that Chief Constable knows that I haven't taken the test, and I'm sure I shan't be allowed to dig any holes or anything else for that matter. But I have always thought that it might be rather fun to have one of these things, to shift a few things around in the garden at Buckingham Palace. I'm also delighted to find, having read my brochure, you'll be pleased to hear, that the loader provides saloon car standards of comfort and quietness. And it leads me to begin to wonder whether I might use it as a replacement for my Aston Martin. Not only that, but it would be extremely useful for removing recalcitrant members of the press from out of my way. Not to mention the thing that scrapes along at the back. And I'm also extremely grateful that you've made available some of these machines for the Prince of Wales' Committee for the Environment and the Prince's Trust. And I'm also delighted to discover that some of these machines have what they call hush flow exhaust systems, which substantially dilutes the exhaust gases before directing them upwards, away from people in the vicinity, and the result is lower external noise levels, less pronounced smoke, and greater acceptance environmentally. All I can say is I'm sure that JCB will now be able to operate into New York on that basis. But as the President of the Prince's Trust, and the Chairman of the Prince of Wales Committee for Wales, and the President of the Prince of Wales Committee, what is it, the Welsh Environment Foundation, that's right. I am very, very grateful indeed for your immense generosity in making these machines available. I can't think why you have done, but I can only assume the business is going so well that you want to get rid of some of them. But all I can say is that they will be of immense assistance. And I often think that really offers of this sort of thing in kind are much more useful than actual money. And I know it's happened before that people have given equipment and it's been enormously valued rather than just giving a donation, which is difficult to know what to do with. And I believe operators are going to be loaned as well, and this is terrific. And I only hope that some useful projects can be achieved. But it is terrific to find such a flourishing company in this part of Staffordshire. I had no idea that JCB was such a big organisation, or that it had such a splendid theatre, or that it has such a marvellous demonstration team, which I've just seen, which I thought was very impressive indeed. And I hear it makes Americans cry and sends them back to their country wishing that they had the same sort of things themselves. But I'm sure it must play a terrific part in contributing to Britain's export achievements and towards the recovery of this country industrially. And I wish you all the very best of luck. I'm sure you'll set a great example. Thank you very much.
Successful visit, Mr. Manford?
Very much so, yes.
Everything went according to plan.
Delighted everybody, yes.
He seemed to spend a lot of time talking to everyone.
More than he should have done, apparently. Overstayed his welcome as far as his ecru is concerned by something like 35 minutes.
Now, a lot of people say he's very with it. He's very switched on when it comes to asking the right sort of questions.
Certainly knew what he was talking about, very much so.
What sort of things did he want to know, for example?
Well, he knew all about hydraulics, for instance, and what hydraulic rams are and how they're made. And I'm very impressed, and talked to everybody about their jobs, seemed to know what they were supposed to do, and quite a bit about the business.
Quite a Christmas present for JCB.
Very much, and I must say, it's very well briefed. We enjoyed it immensely.